The once vibrant city of Eldridge stood cloaked in a shroud of fear. Shadows danced along the dimly lit streets, whispering secrets of an impending doom. Panic rippled through the air, infecting the hearts of its desperate inhabitants. The zombie virus had unleashed its merciless grip, turning the living into ravenous creatures driven by an insatiable hunger. Amidst the chaos, the Thompson family clung to each other, their love serving as a shield against the encroaching darkness. Sarah, a resolute and resourceful mother, gazed at her husband David with tear-filled eyes. Their children, Emily and James, clung to their parents, their innocent faces a stark contrast to the grim reality that surrounded them. With trembling hands, Sarah grasped David's calloused fingers, her voice trembling with determination. "We can't stay here. We have to get out, find safety," she urged, her voice laced with urgency. David nodded, his gaze filled with a mix of fear and unwavering resolve. Together, they made their way through the desolate streets, where abandoned cars stood as silent witnesses to the crumbling civilization. The city's once familiar landmarks were now eerie, with shattered windows and graffitied walls. The distant wails of the infected echoed, a haunting symphony of despair. As they reached the outskirts, the Thompsons spotted a lone figure amidst the desolation. It was Jacob, their loyal driver, who had served their family for years. His weary face bore witness to the horrors he had witnessed. A glimmer of hope ignited within Sarah's heart. Jacob's voice was raspy but filled with conviction as he spoke. "I can take you to safety, away from this nightmare. My village is untouched by the virus. We can find refuge there." Relief washed over Sarah, intertwining with skepticism. She exchanged a glance with David, searching for reassurance. Their gazes met, mirroring their unspoken agreement. With grateful hearts, they accepted Jacob's offer, embracing the sliver of hope he had bestowed upon them. Little did they know, the path to salvation would lead them down a treacherous road, fraught with deceit and unimaginable horrors. But in this moment, as they embarked on their journey, the Thompson family clung to the belief that their loyalty to one another would guide them through the nightmarish labyrinth that awaited them. The Thompson family's journey led them away from the crumbling cityscape of Eldridge and into the embrace of Jacob's village. As they ventured deeper into the unknown, a sense of trepidation mingled with the flickering hope in their hearts. The village emerged like a hidden sanctuary, nestled amidst rolling hills and verdant fields. The air carried a gentle breeze that whispered promises of tranquility. Sarah couldn't help but be captivated by the quaint charm that enveloped their surroundings. The rustic cottages with their thatched roofs stood as beacons of respite, their windows aglow with warm light. Jacob, his lined face etched with concern, guided them through the winding paths, each step bringing them closer to their newfound haven. The villagers they passed wore welcoming smiles, their eyes shimmering with a sense of communal harmony. Sarah watched Jacob closely, searching for any signs of deception. His every word seemed imbued with sincerity, his unwavering loyalty a testament to the bond he had forged with the Thompson family. David's hand found hers, their fingers entwined, a silent affirmation of their shared trust. The family settled into their humble dwelling, finding solace in the simplicity of their new life. Emily and James explored the village, their laughter echoing through the cobblestone streets. Neighbors offered kind gestures of hospitality, leaving baskets of freshly picked fruits and homemade treats at their doorstep. Yet, beneath the veneer of tranquility, Sarah's intuition remained on high alert. She observed the villagers with a keen eye, noting subtle nuances in their behavior. Whispers drifted in the air, muffled conversations that dissolved into silence whenever she drew near. Sarah confided her growing unease to David, voicing her doubts about the true nature of their Savior. But David, his face etched with weariness from their harrowing journey, dismissed her concerns. He held fast to the belief that Jacob was their guardian, their guide to a life free from the horrors that had plagued Eldridge. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of fiery red, Sarah found herself torn between gratitude and suspicion. She clutched her children tightly, their warmth a reminder of the fragile hope that anchored her. Unbeknownst to Sarah, the village held secrets concealed beneath its idyllic facade. Secrets that whispered of dark intentions and an insidious plot that threatened to shatter the family's newfound sanctuary. As night cast its inky veil over the village, Sarah vowed to protect her loved ones, determined to uncover the truth hidden within the labyrinth of shadows. The Thompson family found themselves immersed in the tranquil embrace of Jacob's village. As the days passed, the village revealed itself as a picturesque haven, seemingly untouched by the horrors of the outside world. Sarah, however, couldn't shake off the nagging feeling that something was amiss. She ventured into the heart of the village, her senses attuned to the subtle abnormalities that whispered beneath the facade of serenity. The villagers moved with an odd sense of coordination, their gestures and expressions strangely synchronized. Conversations ceased abruptly as she approached, replaced by a disconcerting silence that hung in the air like a heavy veil. Sarah's unease deepened, and a steely determination fueled her search for answers. She discreetly followed the villagers, observing their actions from the shadows. Their steps were precise, devoid of spontaneity, as if each movement had been meticulously choreographed. One moonlit evening, curiosity led Sarah to a secluded alley, hidden from prying eyes. In the stillness, she stumbled upon a door, concealed behind an overgrown vine. Her heart raced as she pushed it open, revealing a secret room. It was a chilling tableau of forbidden knowledge, a shrine adorned with blood-stained symbols and remnants of human remains. Horror clenched at Sarah's throat as she realized the truth. The villagers, her supposed saviors, were not what they appeared to be. They were zombies, creatures who feasted upon the flesh and blood of the living. Jacob's kind facade shattered, replaced by the cruel reality of his sinister intentions. Fear gripped Sarah's heart as she understood the danger her family was in. She rushed back to their dwelling, desperate to protect her loved ones. With frantic whispers, she relayed her discoveries to David, who, despite his initial skepticism, now recognized the gravity of the situation. The family huddled together, barricading the doors and windows as the sound of shuffling footsteps grew nearer. Panic and adrenaline surged through their veins as the undead mob descended upon their sanctuary. Sarah, David, and their children fought valiantly, their survival instincts kicking in with every swing of a makeshift weapon. But the tide of the battle turned against them, overwhelming their defenses. The Thompson family found themselves outnumbered, surrounded by ravenous zombies with insatiable appetites. Despite their resilience, their valiant struggle proved futile. In the face of impending doom, Sarah's eyes locked with her children's, filled with a mixture of love and desperation. She whispered a final promise, vowing to protect them with her last breath. As the horde closed in, their primal instincts took over, tearing the family apart. Blood-curdling screams mingled with the triumphant snarls of the zombies, echoing through the village. Within the chaos, a single thread of hope remained. James, the Thompsons' young son, managed to escape the clutches of the undead. Tears streamed down his face as he sprinted into the night, propelled by the agonizing loss of his family. Darkness blanketed the village, the air thick with the scent of fear and death. James, breathless and haunted by the memory of his family's demise, fled through moonlit alleyways, his footsteps echoing through the desolate streets. Panic surged through his veins, urging him onward. Guided by instinct, he stumbled upon a hidden path, veering off the main road. It led him deeper into the heart of the village, where an unsettling silence reigned. Shadows danced along the crumbling walls, whispering secrets of the horrors that lay in wait. As James cautiously explored, his ears caught faint murmurs and eerie rustling. He froze, straining to discern the source. Following the ethereal sounds, he arrived at a secluded square bathed in an otherworldly glow. There, he witnessed a clandestine gathering of villagers, their eyes gleaming with an insatiable hunger. His heart raced as he pieced together the truth. They were all zombies. The village, once a haven, was now a hive of ravenous creatures hidden in plain sight. James's breath hitched, and he retreated into the shadows, a mixture of terror and determination swirling within him. With newfound resolve, James devised a plan. He would escape the clutches of this nightmarish village and seek help from the outside world. Every instinct screamed at him to flee, to preserve what little life remained within him. Using his wits and agility, James navigated the labyrinthine streets, careful not to attract the attention of the undead. His heart pounded in his chest as he neared the village's perimeter, his senses on high alert. The night air outside the village brought a temporary reprieve, but James knew his journey had just begun. He sprinted along the desolate road, his mind consumed by a single thought: finding someone who could aid him, someone who could save the remnants of his shattered world. Fatigue gnawed at his muscles, threatening to betray him, but he pressed on. Hours turned into an eternity as he stumbled upon a flickering streetlight, a lone beacon of hope in the darkness. It illuminated a figure, a man with weathered features, his eyes harboring a glimmer of empathy. With waning strength, James collapsed at the man's feet, his words a desperate plea. The man's gaze softened, and without hesitation, he extended a helping hand. The stranger, whose name was Samuel, guided James through the darkness, his steps purposeful and sure. The night enveloped them, broken only by the pale glow of the moon. James clung to Samuel's every word, desperate for reassurance amidst the chaos that had consumed his world. They arrived at a secluded cabin nestled within the dense forest, its weathered exterior blending harmoniously with the surrounding nature. Warm light spilled from its windows, offering a glimmer of solace in the face of the encroaching darkness. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of pine, mingling with the crackling of a fireplace. Samuel's humble abode offered a sanctuary from the horrors that lurked outside. James felt a sense of relief wash over him as he sank into the worn armchair, his weary body finding respite at last. Samuel, a man of few words, shared his own tale of survival amidst the zombie-infested world. He spoke of the challenges he faced, the losses he had endured. His eyes bore the weight of his experiences, reflecting a deep well of determination and resilience. As James listened, a flicker of hope ignited within him. Samuel had not only survived, but he had also thrived in this hostile environment. The thought of a life beyond fear and constant danger stirred something within James, a renewed sense of purpose. Days turned into weeks, and James learned from Samuel the art of survival. He honed his skills in stealth, combat, and resourcefulness, each lesson etching itself into his very being. Together, they fortified the cabin, transforming it into a fortress against the encroaching threat. But even in this newfound refuge, the presence of the undead loomed, a constant reminder of the world they had left behind. Samuel and James would venture out cautiously, their mission shrouded in necessity and danger. Every excursion carried the weight of their survival, their actions driven by the unyielding determination to reclaim what was lost. In the sanctuary of the cabin, Samuel imparted wisdom that extended beyond mere survival. He spoke of resilience, of the enduring strength of the human spirit. He reminded James that hope could thrive in even the darkest of times, and that the will to fight back against the relentless tide of evil could never be extinguished. As they stoked the fire and shared stories by its warm glow, James felt a glimmer of the life he had lost, the laughter, the love, the simple joys. Though the world outside remained shrouded in darkness, he found solace in the companionship of Samuel and the unwavering belief that there was still a chance for humanity to rise from the ashes.